everybody. Oh, I hope you can hear me well. So, I'm at the beach, and it's so cold. I am going to also let you know that the water's coming up. So, I don't know if it's getting to be high tide or whatever, but it was very close to the camera. So, I'm not foreshadowing that I want to leave because this place is amazing. But, yeah, it's cold. And I think yesterday was a lot warmer than today, but to each their own. So I will say that today we are going to be talking about 3 core principles of genuine philosophy. There's just a nice older gentleman right over there that I was talking to with his dog. So they do come back over here. You might be able to see him. And that would be the only reason why we cut. Or I can leave it in, but I would need to get permission from him and the dog. So, not trying to do that for right now, at least. So, 3. He also said, actually, that there's seals here. And there's dolphins and whales. So, doubt we're going to see them because it's cold, but you never know. So, there's some wildlife out here that we might be able to see, which would be cool. And I swear I saw something bobbing up and down. Who knows? Who knows? But regardless of all that, I'm going to talk to you about the 3 core principles of genuine philosophy. Number 1 is genuine philosophy is about what you want. Number 2 is awareness is key. Awareness is everything within genuine philosophy. To become more aware is to become more genuine from the perspective of genuine philosophy. I'm thinking about things I want to say right now about it. But for the 3rd one, this one's a little bit controversial, but I'll explain it too. It is journey to your perfect self. As bad as I want to talk about that one first, because some people might be like, perfect, but it's whatever. Hopefully it's not too loud. We're going to talk about the first one first. Genuine philosophy is about what you want. So, what does that mean? In all aspects of what a philosophy is, from the genuine philosophy perspective, I wish you could see, I wonder if you can see those little birds running like that. Can you see them? They might be like little specks. They're so cute. I don't know what they are, but I do love birds. So, genuine philosophy. Try to get back on track here. Is a philosophy about what you want. So what does that mean? In the aspect of your philosophy in terms of happiness, sadness, pain, frustration, anger, relationships, success, failure, it basically is what do you want or how do you want to feel about those specific things. Be like, what are you talking about? Be like, something similar as to, if you are thinking about a specific person that is your significant other or a family member, your parents or a cousin or a sibling, what do you want from them? What do you want to give to them? It's basically about what you want. How do you want to feel about happiness? How do you want to feel about pain? Do you want sadness to engulf you, your senses, your entire day? Do you want to be driven by happiness? Do you want to be driven by anger? Do you want your decisions to be made from emotions? And here's the thing, if you want any of those things, that's fine. With a genuine philosophy perspective, it's just about being able to get in touch with what that is. So you could be like, well, why is that relevant? Well, it's all about becoming more conscious, which is the second one. The second core principle, awareness is key. Becoming more conscious is the whole idea of what genuine philosophy is about. Because genuine philosophy believes that if you are more conscious, you are more understanding, and therefore you have more control over your life. So you can do more things. You can align your beliefs with your values and make sure that those align with your influences. Basically, if you want something in your life, it's a specific way to look at life and to get what you want out of it. You'll be like, well, how? Can you give me an example? Sure, of course I can give you an example. One of the examples is, what do you want in happiness? Like, oh, that's easy. Yeah, it could be easy. We can look at a different one at another time. But for just a general overview of the want, let's look at happiness. What do you want from happiness? What do you mean? Be like, well, your belief, just for the examples, is happiness is whatever you want. Is that what you want? What do you mean, is that what I want? Is that, I'll say it like this. Do you enjoy that belief with happiness? Yeah, I guess you could say that. Do you want that to be a belief that you have of happiness? Sure, yeah, I guess I would want that, yeah. That sounds like a good one to have. Great. And be like, that's it? Well, let's look at one I had, and I think I said it in the other video, is about, I believed that I didn't deserve happiness. And now, with, again, one of the laws of genuine philosophy, whatever you believe in is true for you, with that in mind, if I believe that I didn't deserve happiness, how would I ever attain happiness? Even small moments of it. And you can argue maybe I could have some happiness in my life, but it might have to be within an ignorance to my belief system or a doubt within it. But regardless, if that's one of your beliefs on happiness, is that you don't deserve happiness, then you can look at it and be like, well, maybe I don't want that belief. Like, oh, you don't want that belief? Great. Then we don't need to focus on that. But I will say this. I don't know if you can tell, but as I was saying it, I was like, I don't know, that doesn't sound right. So it depends. I will say you definitely want to focus on that in terms of challenging that belief. If you genuinely have a belief that you don't deserve happiness, you should focus on that if you want to, if you have time. Again, if you want to focus on that and give reasons. That's the best thing with challenging your belief system, which I implore you to do, if that's even the right word. You want to challenge your belief system. And the best way to challenge or to reinforce a belief is to give it reasons to why you agree with it. And you can also give it reasons as to why you disagree with it. Because again, beliefs are more so in the objective realm, objective perspective on what your beliefs are, because you support those beliefs through actions, and which are basically covered in values. Now you can value other things, and we don't need to go into the value system per se right now. But in terms of happiness being a belief, then what you do per actions would basically mean that that's what you value. That was a seal right there. I'm not even kidding. He's just looking at me. It was right there. It's like 50 feet away, not even. That's so cool. I've never seen a seal here. The only time I've seen seals were in California on a beach. And I thought I was going to be able to go swimming in the Pacific Ocean. in the Redwoods National Forest or National Park. I think it might have been, yeah, I don't remember. It was a park. Obviously, it was on the beach. It was on the beach. Um, I think they filmed Jurassic Park at that place, but in Fern Canyon, Fern Forest, I don't remember. It's a beautiful place, but all I remember of seals is that it was like every 100 feet. Yeah, now he's back there. No way. He moved farther back. I'm not going to be able to get him on camera. That would be cool though. But imagine he just came up behind me. He was over here before, just popping his head out. He's just hanging out, just saying, "What's that over there?" It's me. What up, buddy? Yeah, but when I was in California, I saw him like every 100 feet. They were like guarding. They're like, "Come on, let's play. Come in here. I'll show you who's who's in charge here." It's like, I ain't getting in there. It's cold. I don't know what they're doing. They must have a lot of blubber. I have some blubber, but not that much. Anyway. Sorry, I got a little excited. I love wildlife, if you can't tell. I love nature. I love being outside. And that's what I want to do. So I guess for my belief, being outside in nature and spending time with nature and with wildlife is one of my beliefs on what happiness is. Nature brings me happiness. And what I would value is me going outside, going on hikes, going to the beach, seeing wildlife. That's a value because that's what I want to do. But a lot of the times I struggle at times is aligning my actions and my values in what makes me happy. So if I'm spending a lot of time in bed, regardless if I say I want to be in bed, you can want that, and you can value being in bed. But if you do not value that being in bed makes you happy, because that's something what you want to do specifically, then you're not going to be happy. I'm trying to think about that because how that would counteract each other. If staying in bed is something that you would want to do, then in turn that would make you happy because of your belief system. But do you believe? I'm challenging that right now. Do you actually want to stay in bed? Because here's the thing. Here's one way to challenge it then. If you can go outside, would you do that? Would you want to do that rather than stay in bed? If you can go and do something that you know you're going to have fun doing or enjoy doing, would you rather do that than stay in bed? I wonder if it's like a repetitive kind of thing. Because let's say if you had a week, 7 days, and in 7 of those days, you can go outside and have a great time. Wouldn't you want to do that? Or 7 days you can stay in bed. What would you want to do? Some of you are probably being like, well, can we do some and some? Do we have to do all and none? No, but it's a way to challenge it, because if you were to do, like some people go on vacation for 7 days, great. Some of those 7 days you could just be laying in bed in your hotel room or on the beach, which is fine, and that brings you happiness. But if you spent 7 days in your bed at home, would that bring you happiness? Some people might say, yeah. Some people would say, maybe not as much. But that's a way to challenge it. But it depends on the individual. If you do not have happiness or feel happiness staying in bed and not doing anything, then obviously it's not going to bring you happiness. Not just to think about it a little bit more. But regardless, that's wants. We can go a little bit more into wants. I could probably talk an hour on wants. But let's move on, because I don't want this video to be 4 hours. At least one continuous. Because for one thing, my feet are very cold. And I don't want frostbite. It's only like 30 degrees and there's wind. I mean, there's literally water right here. That's gotta be really cold. But it's weird. No, I'm not going in there. I was going to say the water might be colder than it is out here, or warmer than it is out here. But if I go in there, I would be colder. So how does that work? Unless it's not. And I'm not testing that theory. So, but theoretically, right? Theoretically, if it's like 30 degrees out here, but the water would be 50 degrees, then theoretically I would be warmer in the water. But that water is definitely not 50 degrees. What would it be, 40? But then if it's 40 and it's 30 out here, I would be warmer in there. But what would make me not warm? Is it the wind? I don't know. Let's not. Well, who cares? Who cares? Okay, so just another inquisitive thing. Number 2, awareness is key. So one of the... Sorry. I hope that wasn't too loud. I hope this is on. Imagine it's not the whole time. You're just hearing the waves. Who knows? You might want to hear the waves more than me. So with number 2, awareness is key. That one's pretty obvious, but I'll obviously talk about it. Obviously. In terms of everything, awareness. You want to be more aware of everything. So one of the things I hate completely is fake it till you make it. I hate that so much. I hate it. I hate fake it till you make it. Because don't. I mean, you can if you want to. If you want to, again, if you want to, go ahead. I hate it. You don't need to not do it because I hate it, because who am I? But in terms of awareness and consciousness, fake it till you make it is the complete opposite. Because, I mean, isn't it? Awareness and consciousness, with the statement, fake it till you make it, means that you throw all awareness out. Or maybe not all of it, but you shut off like half of it. Because I'll say it's just shortcut, a cheap shot. I don't like those things because it could work, but it's not going to work long term. Why? Because you need to, and I'll say it like this, it'll build upon a negative aspect long term. I'll try and break it down as best as I can, or best that I understand it. The fake it till you make it kind of thing is based off of what? You don't have confidence in your abilities, your skill set, or yourself. And so what you need to do is you need to cut off the certain aspect of you that is insecure about a skill set, how you look, or what you are about. So you have to shut off the specific analyzation of you thinking or analyzing yourself in reference to other people and things like that. Which I think that's utterly absurd. Because I think you should fundamentally try to understand why you care so much about why other people think or do or whatever. And that goes hand in hand with not caring about what people think. I also do not like not caring about what people think, because it's not as bad to me, from my perspective, of fake it till you make it, which I still hate so much. I don't hate don't care about what people think. I don't hate it, but I don't like it. Now, what I mean by that is, if you don't care about what people think, then you're doing the same sort of concept of just ignoring. And I'm starting to shiver now, so it's not good. But Seal's just hanging out right there. I swear to God. That's so funny. He's little. I wish you could see him. Come here. He's just looking at me. What if I had a fish? So I might have to leave and do this a little bit later. But I should have brought socks or something. I'm not wearing any socks. I don't like wearing socks. It restricts your freedom. No. Let's get back on track here. My goodness, what was I just talking about? People. Don't care what people think. Okay. The reason I don't like that, not hate it, is because I understand the fundamental of don't care what people think, because there's certain levels. If you're not versed in consciousness or awareness, then that could help you. You know, it could help you momentarily, but it's all for me, it's always the long-term solutions, not short-term solutions. It's like you never want to solve long-term issues with short-term problems. No, let's try that again. You never want to solve long-term issues with short-term solutions. Try that again. You never want to solve long-term problems with short-term solutions. Which, fake it till you make it, and don't care what people think are. Now I'll go a little bit more deeper into the don't care what people think and fake it till you make it, is because it's the awareness thing. It's, you have to shut that specific part of you off. You don't care what people think. That means you're not trying to analyze why you care what other people think. It could be something that has to do with your childhood, your trauma based in. It could be how you grew up, your friends, your parents, or the need to have external validation for your internal struggles. So one thing that I look at is, I mean, it's philosophical, obviously, in terms of if you wear a hat, you go to work anywhere, wherever you work, and you wear a hat. You're not known for wearing hats. You don't wear hats. And also, this hat looks ridiculous. You could think about it, your intention on wearing the hat. It could be as a challenge or a test for you to see how you feel or react. I should probably talk about it from my own perspective. I'll say it like this. I didn't finish college, but I did go to college for a bit. I switched majors like 15 times, but regardless of that, I went to a sleepaway college, is that what people call it? A 4-year? I don't know. For 1 year. And what I did mostly was go outside and challenge myself in certain aspects. I was really socially anxious a lot of the time. And what I tried to do was challenge that. Like, why? Why am I feeling like this? One of the things that I absolutely love to do, don't ask me to do it, is sing. I love singing. I sing whenever I can. La la la. No. But so stupid. So what I would do is I would challenge myself to sing outside. I would go a little bit farther away to where I knew people were going to be, but they wouldn't be able to interact with me unless I knew 100% they were coming. There was this pond on campus, and I would go on the other side. There was a walking trail that people would walk to go to their classes, and I would be on the other side of the pond and just sing, scream singing, because I wanted to see how I would feel inside if I were to sing in front of people, which I originally was, before when I was starting to do it, I was like, this is insane. Like, why would I want to do this? I was getting so much anxiety and things like that. But then as time went on, it wasn't happening anymore. And I was thinking to myself, why do I feel like this? Why do I not want to do this? One is, you're being annoying. Like, people don't want to hear you sing because you're probably not that good of a singer at all. So people are focusing on like their tests and studying this college. It's not, I mean, yeah, you can like go and party and have fun and stuff, but it's in the middle of the day. What are you singing for? Everyone's going to school. They're thinking about stuff, and just leave them alone. So that's one thing that I was thinking about. Another was, well, it's my life too. I was like, yeah, if you want to take a selfish part. Like, well, I don't need to specifically take the selfish part because I'm working on myself, and it's not for fame or anything. It's like, I want to be like, is it not for fame at all? Probably not. You don't know that, do you? No, I don't. Okay. Like, okay. Could be a little bit for fame. One, for to test your anxiety. And a third one would be to see why you feel this certain way and what can you do about it. So that's one of the things is if I just didn't care what people think or thought, then I would do those things and I would continue to go and do those specific things. I might even try and enter America's Got Talent or it's like I could do that, but at the end of the day, there's going to come a time where it doesn't matter if you don't care what people think, because there's going to come a time where they're going to tell you what they think, and you can stand there and be like, I don't care what you think, but then what reality are you living in? You know, let's say I took the reality, and this might be a little bit extreme, but let's say I said, I don't care what people think. And then I sat there and I sang. And some people might have even been like, wow, you're great at singing, which nobody did, by the way. Nobody applauded or anything. I'm not upset. No. But regardless, let's say somebody did say that. And I was like, you know what? I'm really good at this. I'm going to go and try out for this and try out for that. And people said no all over the place. And I was like, they don't know what they're talking about, which you could still do it if you want to. I'm not saying don't. But then you go and you invest the rest of your life. And you're just not that good at it. But I'm not saying that you can't be good at it. What I'm saying is if you don't care what other people think, that means you don't care about their opinion. You don't care about their input. And if people said to me, when I was there, you're terrible, get a job, or do something better, try something different. If I didn't take their criticism of me, then I wouldn't have never looked at it and be like, oh, maybe I could do this, or what if I did this, or what if I... You need criticism, you need other people's opinions of you to improve upon yourself, because you can't look in a mirror and think that you know what you should do. Now, I'm not saying you can't do that. And I'm also not saying that you should just change every single little thing about you based on somebody's appearance or based on someone's opinion, because what you can do is you take their opinion, but you don't believe in their words wholeheartedly. That's the aspect of, you don't need to completely forget about what people are thinking or don't care. You can care, but don't care so much. I don't know if you can see, but it's coming up. But don't care to the point where it's going to envelop your entire being. Because what you can do is you can care just enough to be like, you know what? That might be some credible opinions. And I'm going to do something about it. Be like, maybe I shouldn't be singing here. Or maybe I should change my style of singing. Maybe I should sing a different song. Maybe I should take requests. Or maybe I should just stop singing altogether. Get really good and then come out. But it depends. Regardless, it's not don't care about what people think. Care about what people think, but care deliberately. Care with an open mindset and in the perfect fashion that regardless of anybody in your life, literally anyone, even yourself, you will never know yourself completely. No one will ever know yourself completely. So whatever they say, and this is a secret in life I'm going to tell you, whatever anybody says about you, it's only what they've seen or heard about you. They're not in your head. They're not spending 24 hours with you. They have no idea who you are. Even your best friend doesn't know who you are, even though they might say that they do. Because, and I will say this, that they're not in your head. You might think that they are, but for the most part, they don't know you completely. And if you say, well, my friend or my best friend does, it definitely does. They might know you a lot, but let's say 5 years go by, they still know you. Let's say you are given 1,000 questions. Are you, and they had to answer it as you would. Are they going to get 1,000 questions right? I highly doubt it. So with that, and what anybody says about you, any opinion, regardless, You can think about it in a couple of different ways. One is that they don't know who you are. They're coming from the experience that they have with you or things that they've heard of you. Also, they could be in a specific mood. They could have just gotten broken up with, and then they're coming out and they see you singing or me singing, and you think they're going to be like, that is the most beautiful thing. They could, depending on how they are, or they could be like, what is this person doing? Get out of here. I never want to see you again, you know? So awareness for me and consciousness is all about seeing from multiple perspectives and multiple mindsets. An individual can be happy, sad, anxious, jealous, same thing. There's angry. There's a multitude of other ones too. And that's in relationships with your significant other, friends, best friends, partners, family, strangers. You know, it goes on and on. That's the second one. The third concept, oh gosh, okay, is journey to your perfect self. So this one is, I'm still developing this, but I'm pretty sure I have a good grasp on this. I think I'm looking at thousands of birds in the middle of the sea. No way. There might be whales out there. There's a lot of birds out there. Why are they all, I don't know. Okay. Let's get going with the third. So the third one is journey to your perfect self. So what that means is, well, I don't even know what time it is. It's like 12:30, 12:36. Maybe? I don't know. I have no idea. There's a seal. Oh, didn't even say me wave. He went down immediately as I started waving. Maybe he wants to come over here and hang out. And he's just like, are you gone yet? Not yet, almost. So the third concept, third principle is your journey to your perfect self. I know I'm getting bored too. So, are you? No. So journey to your perfect self is one of the bigger concepts within genuine philosophy, if that's what you want to do. Again, want. It is the idea that you can aim to be a perfect version of yourself, which in and of itself is unattainable. Nobody is perfect. You can't ever be perfect. But that's the whole idea of it, is that you are constantly improving upon yourself, improving any aspect that you want to focus on. Again, want. You can look at how you are right now. It's the whole genuine path. The whole specific reason for why genuine philosophy is a thing is the genuine path, which I'm sure the next video I'll talk about the genuine path and the 5 things, 5 steps, because that's a whole nother, that's a long conversation. But with this one, the journey to your perfect self is the idea that there's a perfect version out there of you. Because one of the things that I've said to people and I've thought of myself is, if you're sad about something right now, there's got to be another aspect of it. Well, what would you prefer? What do you mean? You're sad about something? What would you prefer? What would you want to do other than what you're doing right now? I don't know. What do you mean you don't know? You don't know? You're sad about staying in bed? Wouldn't the other thing be get out of bed? Well, it's not that simple. I know it's not that simple, but think about it. What would be the other thing? I don't know. So, okay. Well, let's think about it like this then. It could just be you want to do something. You want to be better. Okay. You want to improve upon yourself? You want to grow? What does that look like? Maybe run every other day or run once a week. Hey, that's not a bad goal, but that's all that it is. Let's say you achieve that goal. I've ran once a week for a month. Great. Are you still doing that? No, I finished that 4 months ago. What? So you're not running at all? No, but I did. Okay, that's cool. And you just don't want to do it anymore? Not really. Okay. So there's a book called Atomic Habits, which is really good. But it talks about the concept of goal setting is cool and all, but once you achieve that goal, a lot of people just stop doing it because you accomplish that goal. Or you have to think of a new goal. So one of the things that I've thought of is, because I didn't finish the book, so there's probably a solution there too. But one of the things is, what you can do from my perspective is look at your perfect version of yourself. What would you want to be if you could be perfect? You'd be like, that's a weird concept to think of. Yeah, it is weird, but again, it's someplace that you can aim for. What I think of in terms of where do you want to go in life, it's as if you were walking through the woods, but if you don't know where you are going or where you want to go, you don't have a map of your life or a trajectory or a projected perspective, like what we were talking about before, or the last video, it's as if you were walking through the woods on a trail at night with no flashlight and it's foggy. You have no idea where you're going and you're never going to go. Like, you can't go anywhere. You can't even go back to where you were because you don't know where you're going. So if you look at, well, what is the perfect version of yourself in terms of happiness, in terms of a significant other, in terms of a partner, in terms of a son, in terms of a mother, in terms of a father, in terms of a parent, in terms of a brother or a sister or a sibling in general, in terms of a family member, in terms of an employee, in terms of a friend. What is your perfect version of that for yourself that you can aspire to be? Be like, okay, that's starting to kind of make sense. There's a lot of pinpoints of where you can be or where you can go versus where you are. Because the idea is, with genuine philosophy, the whole concept is breaking down where you are, finding who you are right now, your philosophy of where you are today. And then setting your perfect version. Where do you want to be if you were to be the perfect version of yourself? Where would you be? What would you be doing? What would you be thinking? What would you be feeling? You can map it out. You can have a general idea. You don't need to iron out every single little aspect. You can have a general idea. Well, I don't deserve, I believe I don't deserve happiness today, but I want to believe that I deserve happiness one day. Great. That is amazing. Because you found out something that is a negative belief that you have, that you're garnering, or is that a word? That you're protecting? I'll just say that you are protecting in your life. And you're working towards it now because you're thinking about it. All you need to do is just analyze it, pinpoint it, and then you're off to the races. I think each video, I'm just going to look for like old time sayings, and not that that's it. That might be an old time saying, but just throw it in there. Secret comment if you found, which old time saying you like the best. That's so dumb, but it's a whole aspect of, if you find out your perfect version of where you want to go, you have at least the first step in where you want to go. Now you can look at the milestones. They don't need to be goals, they can be milestones. So in terms of, like, let's say a big goal would be, or a perfect version of yourself would be, I want to run 20 marathons in my life. That's a perfect version of you as a runner, is running 20 marathons in your life. Now, one milestone behind that would be running 19 or running 10 within the next 20 years. That could be one every 2 years. Okay, let's do that. That could also look like a half marathon every year. And then another milestone would be, okay, he's right there now. The seal, he's so close. Is it just one? It might be just one. Come on, what are you doing? He's literally just hanging out right there. And it can go even to a weekly, daily, monthly kind of thing, where it is just, I need to get a video of it and put it in this video. Just like a little section of it. I'll try and get it after I'm done with this. I'll try and get it. Oh my God, he's so close now. He's right over there. I'll try. Sorry, I'm just getting so excited. It's like the dogs of the ocean, a seal. Is it? I don't know. I'm getting distracted. Then you can move. I'm going to just start talking like we're both on the same wavelength. Oh, who knows? Is this distracting? This is just me. Whatever. Then, like I said, monthly, weekly, daily. How can you work towards being the perfect version of yourself in this specific instance in regards to time? Daily, weekly, monthly, yearly. What can you do? You can keep a chart and things like that in order to help you progress. But it doesn't need to be overwhelming because it could be focused on what you want to focus on that month. You don't need to focus on every little aspect of your life all the time. Like for one thing is you don't need to focus on family, friends, relationships, all in the same month, on the same day, all in the same week. You can divvy it up to being like, well, what about this and this and this and this? Or you don't need to. You can take time off. But it depends on how you want to do the process, how you want to be more conscious. What do you want to do in terms of your journey of consciousness? I hope that I explain those 3 core principles as best as I can today. And I hope this video has been recording the whole time, because if not, it's out there in the universe for just me and the seal to know. If he's still hanging around over here, or she. Oh, the seal's over there. Can you see him? Oh, you know what? You might have been able to see him if he was bopping up and down. Right there. Can you even see the city back there? Anyway, I'll see you guys later. Make sure to like the video if you do like it. Subscribe if you want to see more of this. I need to go to like more places where there's wildlife and stuff. Just exciting. I want to go camping, campfire. Comment on where you think I should go. I've always imagined like talking about this around a campfire, maybe with some friends. Probably when it's a bit warmer out. See you guys. You see the cargo ships?